Imagine the complexity of that kind of move. Okay, she obviously overbalanced forward there, but that was much better. That was earlier, that was the air railing. But when you are trying things that you've never tried before, obviously they have practiced these for the competition, but the number of times you spend falling, it will be immeasurable. It's really, really a tough sport. You either do or you don't. You can or you can't. And there's nothing in between, is there? Lovely setting here on the old Odra River. Rodsaf into the boat again, speeds up, picked her up in exactly the same place. She'll continue with her passes right here, and fabulous. Okay, 360 again. Ooh, that was complicated. One hand grab as well, holding. She is such a capable wakeboarder, is Alice. Couple of passes complete. And then it's not very long to get to impress the judges, to be quite honest. We're talking about a space of 340 meters, I think, something like that. The front boy and the back boy, but isn't that beautiful artwork when it's all slowed down? Magnificent, great gymnastic event as well. Just adding the power in, of course, speed. Just puts a lot of pressure on. The Japanese are good at this. Otaha Kawahara. Let's see what she's got to offer. As I mentioned before, this is the last chance qualifiers heat 1. That's what's on my list here. It sounds quite depressing, isn't it? But Kawahara has got a great pedigree. She's actually in a difficult group here. Hanchu has probably pushed herself out of this of the finals, but Alice Virag certainly has complete 2 good passes. That will be very, very impressive and important to her. There's Caroline Jupjol from Sweden to come, and she's medaled over her career as well. So it's a big competition here. Do you know, the great distinction about Otaha is that she is 14 years old. Can you imagine? 14 years old in a major world competition, the World Games. Maybe she's so young she doesn't feel the pressure. Certainly started with aplomb. Style. Let's see if we can see style and completion of tricks. Coming up to the start buoys shortly. What a way to start your day. Here we go. Speed as well as height. Concentration here. She needs to absolutely nail them. Good start. Beautiful, wasn't it? Down the front of that wake, and just look at the speed there of the boat. It's perfect. Ooh, just held on. Nice change there in the flats. And there, the grab of the tail of the board. Nice work there. She'll get marked well for that. Beautiful. Oh, she's comfortable, confident. Changes again for heel side. You can see the 4 wakes there. 2 big ones on the outside. Happy with that first pass. Nice work. Kawahara will be certainly happy with that as she comes up for the turn just in front of the bridge across the Odra River.
Po prostu różnego rodzaju opinie, natomiast ja nie muszę im tłumaczyć, bo oni wiedzą, co to jest wakeboard i pływają na tym, jest wszystko okej. Ja cieszę się, że wy jesteście tutaj z nami i kto z Państwa pierwszy raz widzi ten
Beautiful, that was fabulous. Actually, the timing of that
trzeci,
that inversion.
drugi raz. Wczoraj pierwszy raz.
And just look at this. Well, that is a very, very nice.
Ale zna pani nazwy trików, tak? Zna pani. Super. ReLive, wie pani jak wygląda?
520 it was, first one. And the release and the grab,
Tam jest najmłodszy zawodnik.
the catch of the handle, the gain. All very comfortable and confident, and just look, beautiful. 14 years old, can you believe it? That means she's only had the chance to be practicing for half a dozen years, I guess, at the most. And there's a little nod saying, okay, let's get on with it. She's obviously happy with the speed. Confidence is sky high after that first pass. She will now aim sky high to impress the judges. You can understand the origins, haven't you, of this sport. It's really, really interesting. Okay, here she goes. First big trick. And a tuck movement forward. Uses the wake beautifully there. Formed from water skiing, the original water skiing, snowboarding, of course, with the half pipe, and surfing techniques. That's why the Aussies are so good at it. Another great tuck. Fabulous work, wasn't it? Change out into the wake. You've got a heel side and a toe side approach to the wake, and she comes through without an error on the pass in terms of not falling off her board, so that's a really, really good shot. Well done. Otaha Kawahara has gone back to the dock with a big smile on her face. Let's have a look at some of the action here. It's fantastic, isn't it? Just look. Oh, wow. So much control in every position of inversion. And again, some nice tucked up rolls. Looks good, feels good, and we're very, very privileged to be enjoying this talent. Great switches, such balance under pressure. Gee, almost went there, but just had enough control to be able to continue with her pass. That was lovely, enjoyed that. We've just got Caroline Dupcho to come now, I believe, although I can't see her. Oh, there she is. Yep, the Swedish girl. Just in case I didn't mention it before, Kawahara actually was fourth in the first semi-final, so she was only just missed out on a place which gives her certainly favourites position, there she is, to get into the main final, and she'll be very happy. Not good to see that brace. They do take some real whacks, don't they, these athletes? That means her knees, possibly ankle as well, but certainly the knees are the most at risk in this sport. If you do take a fall, it's at speeds. I've already mentioned the boat speed is 30 to 40 kilometers an hour. He's not sitting on a board, is he? No. It's not a great crowd here at the moment, as you can see, but Caroline will be underway in a moment. 26-year-old, the most experienced of this little group, that's for sure. She was third in the heat 2 of the semi-finals, so again, only just missed out. So we'll be expecting in this last chance qualifying a big performance from her. Will she come off the dock or jump in? Flash, here we go. Jump in it is. Only dream of doing that, don't you? Just a little warm-up smile. I like that. She knows she's live on TV at home in Sweden. You can wave to your mum. Love it. Here we go. Big pressure. Good start though. And again, lean out and then hit the wave, get the height, and a lovely tumble out into the flats again. Hits heels and then just managed to hold that one. Great angles. And she's gone. Well, just leant back a little bit. A crucial time of trying to find the wake again. That's, well, you don't need to tell me. A really pleasant face she's got for having just had a minor disaster. Got another chance though. Carrying on the theme of what they're actually looking for. That's the turn. Well, she just didn't quite land it in the trough. It was on the top, the back of the board, hit the top of the wake, and there was no chance to recover.
Hello, Caroline. How are you? You feel good?
Isn't that great? So, I was going to say stadium announcer, river announcer, I suppose you'd say. Talking to Caroline as she now waits to be picked up for her second pass. It is definitely a fraternity that is unique to itself. The wakeboarders definitely have a language and they have a camaraderie that is very unique. Can you have very unique? Unique is unique. Anyway, just love the idea that she enjoys herself so much that even in adversity, she keeps that lovely, lovely face. No smacking of the water in total frustration. Good to see. Lovely, beautiful movement, isn't it? And that camera has given us some fantastic action. Just look at this. Then she loses it right there. You saw her just leaning back a little bit, not in control, needed to come forward a little bit into the center of the board. It didn't happen, and then it was the fall down. But you can see how much pressure is on those knees, those young knees. Well, it's all relative, I suppose, isn't it? But 26 years old, she still is young, but 12 years older than the previous performer. The rider, they call them in wakeboarding. Ride the waves. So you'll get another chance, and then we will be into the second heat. Well, if you've just woken up, we're all awake and we're watching wakeboarding. It's the women's wakeboard freestyle last chance qualifiers. This is the fourth rider, Caroline Dubsor of Sweden. She has come down after 4 tricks, and she'll be waiting to be picked up to complete her last pass. If she falls again, she will be out of this competition. But I was hoping we'll be able to get the graphic of the scores of the judges. There are 5 judges altogether, 3 on board the boat. Here we go again, but obviously they're waiting until the end of the heats in order to tell us who's qualified for the final. She loves this sport. Just look at her go. Now the confidence. She's on the heel, so that crossing, and yeah, nice work there. The heel side and toe side, that's how this is a toe side. Leaning in, and beautifully completed. Changes in the flats to the heel side again to come into this one, and oh wow, just held it. Fraction short, but held it on the top of the wave. Nice work. It's beautiful to watch. Ooh, and again just held it. It's so dramatic, isn't it? Last one maybe. There we go. Okay, that's a nice grab at the back of the. Yeah, she'll be just a little bit disappointed that she didn't quite complete everything, but that's. That rear grab, the backhand grab, very nice. Okay, well, she's completed her second pass, and we wait for the judges to confirm their point scoring. As I mentioned before, the execution, the intensity, composition. The intensity is the one that's marked. That's fantastic layout, isn't it? Back layout. Wow. Right on the mark, and obviously depending on the speed and the kind of wave motion, the wake that the boat is making, depends on the comfort zone of the riders themselves. Fabulous pictures. Wow. Just a little bit of literally a grab there as well to finish off. Well, that was fun. Enjoyed that. We've got another one to come. Another heat to come. But are we going to get the graphic? No, we're not. We're going to get the second heat. Going to keep us in suspense right to the end. This is San Maya of the Netherlands. Sun just peeping through now. We've had some storms here in Wrocław during the week, but very pleasant at the moment. Great for this wonderful sport of wakeboarding. If you've never seen it before, you have to admire the extraordinary courage and the bravery of these performers, these riders. These kind of pictures suggest we might get a graphic. No, we're not. Italia. Well, they'll certainly be supporting Alice Virag. The pleasures of fatherhood. Right, here we go. This is the second heat then for the last chance qualifiers, and it is San Maya of the Netherlands, who is just getting the feel of the speed before she breaks out into the flats and then comes back at the angle to look at the wave. Here we go. This is a whoa, lovely again. Just out with the relay. Or the rally, I should say, maybe. An adjusting position out in the flats again. Nice reverse. She obviously is more comfortable on the heel side there. And again, it's all about smoothness. Yeah. That's the third time now she's changed over. And the little grab there. The judges always like seeing the grab. It's just adds an element to the overall performance. She'll turn around now, drop down, and then the boat will turn for the second pass down across the course. Wow, it really was extravagant, wasn't it, that movement? No. Rally. Relay. Lovely reverse there. Single backflip. Obviously enjoyed that one. The start and end buoy, 370 meters between. There's a cut-off buoy. And it requires a huge amount of concentration and expertise by the boat driver. They are absolutely crucial to the success. And of course, the boats themselves are made up to provide the maximum kind of positive wake for these wakeboarders. Just look at it. That's not a normal boat, I can tell you. It's set up for this kind of activity. Here we go. Maya comes in and does a lovely reverse grab as well, of the handle, that is. Yeah, this is a better few tricks than we saw in the first pass. Nice. I think the judges will be impressed with this. And then down she goes. Commentators curse right in the middle of me praising her. She says, "Don't talk like that. It makes me nervous." Well, that's good. She knows that she actually was doing so well up to that moment. Yeah, just didn't get the rotation absolutely right. Coming towards the end, in fact, that might have been her final trick. And she will be picked up and taken back to the dock. There you go. It's fun though, isn't it? Absolutely amazing, particularly those ultra slow-mo pictures. It's fantastic. Lift and dump across the whole wake. You're talking about significant distance, you know, not just the height. What a thrill to do it once, let alone continuously. These stars, these performers, these riders could have done anything with their sporting lives, couldn't they? Just on the top of that wave, then that wake just set her down. Quite just another half a meter and she would have been good. So Salmaya, I think she'll be pretty happy with that, although she went down once. Larissa Morales of Mexico. She's there, and again a big smile. The rescue boat has got to get off the course, of course. All fantastically experienced officials just waiting for the chance to go. And now here she is, Morales. Looks pretty confident, one hand or two, and she will now go out in the flats and then really, really zip in, looking for big height here to perform the tricks. Here we go. There's the extra purchase to give the extra speed onto the wake and up in the sky, and it's beautifully done. Wow. Fabulous flip. Now another. Good reverse world 520. And another very, very impressive landing. You see how she really does well with those knees as she changes position back on the heels, and the good grab at the back of the board. The release, we'll see one more release, I think, with the second pass. That's the completion of a first. Just an extra bit of speed at the end, just to get that feel for the movement. I think she's very happy with that. She gave, I think, the diver's sign for okay, which is fourth finger to thumb. Well, that means she's very happy with not just the speed of the boat, but the concentration. There you go. Look at that. That's fabulous. That was seamless, wasn't it? Very nice. Well done, Mexico. Very good. That's put the pressure on, that's for sure. Larissa Morales has got another pass to come as we've reviewed the first one. Grab at the back of the board. Let's see if she can complete just like the Japanese girl, Otaha Kawahara. She managed 2 passes without falling in the water. Right, gets a bit intense, doesn't it, right now? You're halfway through your sequence and your test. This is the last chance qualifiers. Let's just see whether or not Morales can really, really do a beautiful second pass and get into the finals. Here we go. Left foot forward. Heel side and over the top and gone. Oh dear. Well, it's never done until it's done. You had a good session on the first. She'll get another chance, but that really will upset her because the first one, she puts I mean, that's the most important thing. She puts her thumbs up saying, yep, I'm okay, that's fine. First thing, obviously, is safety. That's the first consideration. Tried the grab and was a bit short on it. You see that, that left hand, which upset the balance, but she raises her hands to say, yep, I'm fine. Good to see the smile as well. But the boat will pick her up. More or less the same space and start again. She says, sorry, sorry. You can read a lot into that, can't you? You know exactly how she's feeling. But what a lovely girl to be able to say sorry to the driver. It was my fault, not yours. Great camaraderie around this fraternity. Well, we wish her well. Let's hope she doesn't fall again. Changes with that left foot forward now, back on the heels as she comes in towards the wake. Over the top she goes, that's nice. Good finish, out wide on the flats as gets that extra bit of speed. Oh, beautifully done. Good work again, that hop to change. Oh, she's gone again. Oh, that's so annoying. It's all that release and take of the handle that caused problems. It was the grab problem last time. This time it was the release of the handle. This time I don't think there will be quite so many smiles, to be quite honest. Started well, yeah, she just lost her way with the revolutions, trying the 520 one and, well, nearly 1.5 total turns. So that's the second of our last chance qualifiers in the women's wakeboard freestyle event. We've got 2 more to come. Charlotte Bryant of Great Britain and Nicola Butler of USA. Again, they will be disappointed that they're in the last chances. So Larissa Morales, we've seen. And now you see the Brit. She decides to enter from the she's in from the side up and just preparing mentally. It's obviously very much, okay, it looks hugely physical, but the psychological and mental side of this has to be huge. Charlotte Bryant of Great Britain. 24 years old, soon to be 25. She was another August baby. Charlotte Bryant, again, I'm a bit surprised that she's in this position. She was 4th in the second heat semi-finals. So this last chance, oh, I'm very tempted to call it last chance saloon, but you know what I mean. It's, she breaks out into the flats, onto the heel side, and comes in with a lovely inversion, back inversion, and forward. Nice. Nothing complicated at the moment. Yeah. Solid. And rhythm is so very, very important. That's what will impress the judges. Again, beautifully landed, timing everything as she changes again. Right foot forward and Oh, she's gone there. Gee whiz, how many times have I said how brilliant she is? But raises her hand, says, okay, I'm fine. But the number of times I've said how wonderful and they've gone. I must stop doing that. She started out so well. Didn't have the turn at the end. Just didn't, had the inversion and the roll, but didn't make the 180 at the end. Just watch. And yeah, it's facing backwards there. It was a big splash, wasn't it? She certainly landed it. Is she asking for a little bit more or a little bit less? But anyway, discussion between the driver and the rider is obviously important. Completed 3 good tricks before that, so, and just look how close she is to the end marker there. The green marker, you can see that's the start of the actual and finish. The actual pass. It's called the cut-off buoy. So she'll make a second pass now. And again, the psychological element is so important. Put that error behind her. She knows this is last chance to stay in this particular event. Some great work there, just pecked a little bit on the landing, but fabulous. Again, heel side, and wow. There was some great work before that, wasn't there? Before the fall, and again wearing that brace on her right knee. And then she just had that all wrong in the air. But she's ready to show us whether she can actually take this place in the finals with this last chance qualifier. It's great entertainment, wonderful to watch. Not too many people on bank side. Right, come on, Charlotte, let's see what you're made of. Just playing a little bit before she now comes into, here we go, here's the attack zone for the pass. Out she goes. Single hand and then the, looked like a toe side position. That's heel. And the back grab of the board. Held it, and celebrated. Well, that shows something, doesn't it? Happy or what? And does another one, yes, and another one, you beauty, good girl. Wow, 2 brilliant performances at the end, and I think she believes that will seal a place for her in the finals. Wow, what a happy face, because that was a really good finish, 2 in a row, those tricks that obviously she was a little bit worried about them, but once you nail them, wow, good work. I think she was happy to survive, even more that she'd actually got everything she wanted. Just watch the pump of the left arm here as it comes up now. You see this a little bit slower off the wake and turned, and wow, fabulous controlled finish as well. There you go, it's the right hand that pumps. Beautiful aerial work. And another one. Yep. Good stuff. 1 reverse and 1 forward. Very good. Lovely flips. Okay, well, that was that raised the voice, didn't it? Charlotte Bryant. We've got USA's Nicola Butler now, and she's got an even bigger reputation for performance. Let's hear what she's got to say.
I think I got a pretty decent tail grab on it.
Got a pretty decent, you see, the language. The language of wakeboarding. Yeah, it's awesome. I understood that. Right, Nicola. Her friend is taking this. It's going to be live going back to the USA for sure, because it looks like it's on one of those little phones that picks up Facebook or maybe Instagram or one of those other wonderful social media things. Right. This is the last, the last of the qualifiers. The last chance qualifiers. Nicola Butler. She's got a great pedigree, I have to say. Looked at a lot of her performances. Very impressive. 25 years old now, so really well experienced. Is very serious about her work. Great start. Wow. It's the beauty of the execution at the end, isn't it? Oh, just on the top of the wave, but it's, again, the flow is gorgeous. Look at that for a beautiful grab as well with the 360. Yeah, and the inversion with the beautiful rotation. I think she'll be happy with that first pass. Nice. She never looked as if she was nervous or losing control. It was right in control. Maybe not as challenging as some we've seen, but very good. And there certainly we'll see a smile from her as she chats to the driver. Again, beautiful artwork from the pictures. It's moving art, isn't it? Fabulous. Forward and coming round with a change. It was 520. Look at that grab again. It really adds a complication to the movement in the air, you know. Yeah, excellent. In fact, she made it look so smooth. When you have a look at the tricks slowed down, you realize what dynamic performance it was. Excellent work from Nicola. Right, well, this is coming towards the end of the second heat of the last chance qualifiers. Nicola Butler of USA has impressed us with her first pass. Here we go again. Let's see whether or not she can make it clear, both passes. Okay, she breaks out to the left, right foot forward. On the heel side, and okay, fabulous into the outside wake. Once again, good flow, good rhythm, nice grab again. Why? And it just looks in control, doesn't it? Just looks perfect. Just a little break in there, not break out, as he changes position in the flats and comes once again. She'll be happy if she holds on to this position. Lovely, lovely turn. Yeah. Oh, that's ambitious, and it's landed. Well done. No wonder. Absolutely excellent. Well done, Nicola Butler. Now, that will give the judges a little bit of a task, I can tell you, because she completed both passes. She executed some super tricks there excellently well. I'm not wishing to preempt any of the judges, but as a character that admires fabulous talent, this looked like a finalist to me. Look at that. Great grab, fabulous height, wonderful stuff. Yep. On the mark. She kept her balance beautifully. There was a couple of moments where she adjusted nicely, took it right in the belly of the wake there. It's beautiful. That was nice. Enjoyed that. Hope you people did as well. The World Games here in Wrocław has really, really thrown up some enormously impressive performances. With a big lens camera, you've got some fantastic photographs, that's for sure. Yeah, we know you have. Good man. There's another. When they're not looking at the wakeboarding, they're probably putting pictures of the birds nesting just behind them. Judges, come on. Give us your scores. As I've said, execution, intensity, composition, more or less a third of 100 points each. So 33.3. Intensity has the wonderful position of having 33.4. So it's 1/10 of a point extra beyond others. Start them young, of course you will. Where's the fishing rod? Nice little breeze going, which can upset the wakeboarders, of course, and the boats. But it's still lovely clouds, fluffy clouds here above, but just a little darker on the horizon. You can see the flags. Umbel, we used to call those in Indonesia, the long flags. Waiting patiently then for the final scores and who's going to qualify. We've had 8 competitors. It's a football shape boy, or buoy, I suppose I should say, if you're listening from the States. Yeah, you can hear the stadium announcer or Riverside announcer talking about the American team. Nicola Butler certainly put on a great 2-pass show right there. And in case you're interested, I'm certainly interested, the fact that in Birmingham, Alabama, well, we're now 2017, so 4 years' time, 2021, it will be the World Games hosted there by the United States. And here we are. This is what we've been looking for. Heat 1, Alice Virag. And I have to say, that was not unexpected. It was a beautiful performance by her, 43.56. And Virag looks like she has done enough to qualify right there. So that's the result, 43.56. 42 for Katahara, and she was clear going right through, so we'll get the Heat 2 in just a couple of moments. Alice Virag from Italy goes through, and there you could almost read their minds, couldn't you? Fabulous performance by Nicola Butler on the USA, and as I was just saying, we will all be going with the World Games to Birmingham, Alabama in 4 years' time. I hope you can join us there, because this is a program that's expanding. There's huge interest around the world. And some would say the minority sports, they're not at all minority for those that are playing it, I can tell you, because they have been absolutely dynamic. I've learned so much about dedication to their sports, and we see some prime examples of that with this wakeboarding, the tricks that we show here. You imagine the dedication to reach this standard of performance. Fantastic. It's lovely to have you join us at the World Games here in Wrocław.
Słuchaj, za chwilę będą startowani panowie. Może będzie tutaj jakiś zawodnik, którego naprawdę ty bardzo może znasz osobiście, co? Bo jako pierwszy wystartuje w hicie pierwszym LCQ rok 15.
I don't know. I haven't been in Riga for a long time. Yeah, just going there. Just
You are using to more natural for man.
Well, we are having the men's wakeboard freestyle last chance qualifiers. It's a horrid term, that, isn't it? But I guess that's exactly what it is. It's the last opportunity to get into the finals, and that's heat one now. I don't know whether you heard any of Robert's Linavskis conversation. Maybe I should just let him talk there. But he said, I haven't been to Riga for such a long time. Riga, of course, the capital of Latvia.
Last week I was already, you feel that you need a break because it's too much. And I always have kids, and it's like it's double because they come without their parents. They come for.
Where do you have the customers from?
From everywhere. Now I had in July.
I better break in there because obviously we're listening in to a private conversation, and that's always very dangerous. But. Robert Linavskis is obviously talking about his school that he's running and the kind of talent that he's teaching. So they have a lot of ways of earning money, but I can tell you now, the men's wakeboard will really, really set your heart racing with the height that they get and the bravado of the actual performances and tricks. It's extraordinary. Last chance qualifiers heat one. We've got 5 competitors in this one. Latvia, France, Australia, Canada and Argentina are represented here. And watch out for some fireworks. A lot of high-flying drama guaranteed. A bit cooler than of late, isn't it? 16 degrees, cloudy, but there is sun coming through. There is a chance, a 3/4 chance of rain, 72%, but they won't mind that, will they? They're outside on the water anyway, so unless we get the huge, huge storms. We did have a big one, didn't we, on the 3rd day? My goodness, that was a huge one. But here's the lineup. Linavskis or Linavskis. Let's say skis, because that will be totally appropriate to what he does for a living. He's 32 now, is Roberts, or Roberts. And of course the quality of the tricks and the aerials that he performs will certainly be out to impress the judges, but impress us even more, I can say. In the reeds on the bank side. That's not rain, you see. It's a little bit choppy, the water. Portugal waiting patiently together with Poland, the hosts. Now that would be fun, wouldn't it? If you got in and swam across right in front of the boat. What a lovely day out, and just look at that. How proud to have a boy first, a girl second, and a boy third. Mum, you've done brilliantly. How wonderful. In the summer flowers, what a charming picture. They've come a long way for this opportunity. The performers, it is a real fraternity, I tell you. The wakeboarders are in a world of their own language, and certainly their own lifestyle. In terms of what you can expect here, developed a combination of water skiing, snowboarding, and surfing techniques, and obviously towed by a motorboat. There it is. not so sure that is actually the one, but it's around about 30 to 40 kilometers an hour. Obviously, with that speed, the rider can get onto the wake to lift him up into the air to provide tricks at his own comfort. A little bit of stretching there, because once you're in the air, every move you make is going to be crucial. Wakeboarding, the term coined by a guy by the name of Paul Fraser, along with his brother Murray and a pro snowboarder that they'd sponsored. It's really interesting, the history of wakeboarding. First World Championships in Hawaii on the Wailua River. IWWF was recognized by the IOC. The IOC heavily involved in this World Games, of course, since 1967, so it's got a long, long heritage. Does that make it 60 years? It sounds... 96, no, 67, that's 40, 50, yeah. It's a long time since this kind of sport and this involvement with the IOC has been recognized. Part of the World Games since 2005. So there are a lot of actions that the individuals themselves will be talking about. The batwing, the bel air, the blind judge. That's not my language, I'm afraid, but certainly the inside guys will know exactly what each other's talking about. From my perspective, it will be how high they go, what kind of action we see in the air, and how smooth they land. That will be so important as they come out in now. This is the opener from Latvia, Roberts Livaskis, and he gets a rear dance. Well, I know what that one is. That is an air rally. Second trick, and he's down. Wow, that's really, really disappointing for him. The 32-year-old will be very, very upset that he's just lasted one trick. And let's see what the problem was here. He's on his heel side, and then just gets it all wrong. Can't quite make the... well, he's got the inversion, but then just gets a little bit much extra speed off the bottom of the wake, you saw. He just slipped under it and slipped backwards there, just as he tries to rotate and get the handle back. Oh, that was unfortunate. Just shows how tough this is as a sport of perfection. It's really interesting. How many sports do you know that is a disaster with just millimeters out? I suppose elements of gymnastics, you have that, but not too many that are so unforgiving. Just look at the braces he's got on the knees. That shows how many years of real tests. He'll have to go again from here. The boat picked him up in his original position, so he'll start again to impress the judges, three of whom I suppose you might say are on board. That was much better. And again, he got the handle in the right position as he goes through to the end of the pass. He's only actually managed one before and one after the fall. But he gets another chance. He gets a second pass in just a couple of moments. This is Roberts Linavskis of Latvia. In a part of the old Odra River with a lot of new apartments overlooking this fabulous event. Yeah, now that was the trick after the drop into the water, and he got it right on the button there. Right foot forward, tuck forward, and then change the handle position. The judges there, you saw in the back of the boat, they are in the orange tops. Execution, intensity, composition, that's what they're judging. Out of 100, and here we go again. Second one for Linavskis. Onboard camera. Change position, just holding off on the edge of the wake there. Now he'll stream out, go on the heels. There's a heel side and a toe side. That's heel side. You can see he's backwards, and there, yep, up he goes again for the rally. Now some big one coming up. This is the big one. Holds it nicely. A tumble position with tuck, you can say. That was reversed, and he still held it nicely. And again, a good change there. Comes in for at least one more. One more big, big trick. Nice. 560. And again, another one there. I think he's done. He's done for the morning. Well, at least he got 4 good moves, 4 good tricks in with his second pass. Roberts Linavskis of Latvia. Probably hear the riverside, the bankside announcer talking the language of the wakeboarder. A little bit of Polish, of course, as well, but there was some English in there. As we prepare on the dockside for the second one. This is from France, Brice Coron. Wakeboarding, obviously, the board itself, it's a thin board. There's little displacement, not boot-like bindings mounted onto it, of course. And as I said before, 30 to 40 kilometers an hour they go, depending on the board size and of the weight of the individual himself, the type of tricks, the comfort of the...
I needed to pee anyway, that's fine.
I hope you didn't hear that. Well, I'll leave you to your imagination. That was very funny. That was very, very funny. He was about to take off from the dock itself and just fell into the water for a reason that we don't want to know about. So, we'll be underway in just a couple of moments. And Brice Coron is just waiting for the all clear. I wouldn't be putting my head into that right now. Right, almost ready to go. We have the opportunity not only to be towed by boats in wakeboarding, you can actually be on a winch system, and it's a cable, so it's continuous, and obviously it's a bit more controlled. It tends to be a little bit higher as well for the on the cables than when the boat tows, so there are options. And of course learning, because you're going to, in the early stages, you're going to fall off all the time, very frustratingly. When you get to this level, you hope you don't fall off at all. We shall see. They're allowed 2 falls, well, 1 fall actually to score, and if you fall twice, you disappear. Not underwater, just out of the competition. Right, here we go. And Brice will be looking for something very special here. Leading with his right. And again, a good grab to start with. That will get his blood flowing. Now he's got to look for big height and a big trick. Here we go. Big bend of knees. Oh, very nice work to land it nicely. And again, a good change in the flats to look at it again. Well, there wasn't much happening there except the grab. Are we going to see an inversion? We certainly are. Oh, and he lets go on the inversion and swings around with frustration. He didn't get the forward momentum. He got the inversion momentum for the flips, but couldn't hang on to the handle. There we go. Here's the high risk, and he just let it go. No wonder he's annoyed. And he knows it's going to be played time and time and time again. There is the other element, of course, where behind a boat, you don't actually need to use the rope. And that's called wake surfing. It's amazing. You see how close they are to the boat, but sometimes they do actually do it without the handle and without the rope. Look it up online. It's really, really fascinating stuff. Oh, Brice, oh, Brice. Allez, allez, I like it. I tell you what, I like the comments that the bankside commentator's making. He knows these performers very well. A little bit of French when it's needed. Right, coming through, he will certainly not attempt to do any more tricks before the second pass. The boards are certainly very buoyant. Made up of foam, honeycomb or wood mixed with resin and coated with fiberglass. They've got some metal screws attached. Obviously the bindings. They have fins in the bottom. According to rider preference, I've got notes here that are adjusted for various reasons. Now, you've been thinking about taking up wakeboarding, haven't you, young man? I know. I can tell. Isn't that wonderful? It's free entertainment here on the old Odra River. Right, Brice Corand is ready. Right, let's hope we don't see you frustrated again. He tells the driver he's ready, so let's go. I hear that engine kicking into a speed that he's comfortable with. Thumbs up, and here we go. Let's see if he can complete 3-4 tricks within this pass of 370 meters. Out he goes on the left side. Changes to the right foot forward. He's got heel side, and then, oh, very good. Nice height, nice width, and he absolutely nails the wake in the back. There's another one. That is really good, excellent. And from the back grab as well, a back hold of the handle. This is the third one. It's a beauty. Oh, wow, reversed hold of the handle. One more maybe. Here we go. That is really ambitious, and again, a hold of the handle outside. Yeah, I think he's happy with that. That's the end of his pass, but he managed 4 good tricks to finish. He will get a good score. Is it enough to get him into the final place? We shall see as he comes back to dock. Those boats are amazing, aren't they? Really, really good wake, perfect wake that they create. Lovely slow motion pictures, and again holding the handle of the rope. Look at the concentration as he bends into the next height and uses the rope beautifully there. He really, really used the rope to purchase and the spin on the pivot. Yeah, really, really complicated and excellent landing inside the downslope of the wake of the surf. Yeah. Well, the judges must have been impressed with the final 4 tricks there. Used to be called a scurfer. Skating and surfing. Scurfing this was at one time in the 70s. With ski boarding. Now snowboarding, of course. Right, who've we got here? This is Mitch. Mitch from Aussie. Mitch Daniel. Well, the Australians should know a lot about it because scurfing, the original, was a sport said to be created in Australia and New Zealand with binding glass hand-shaped boards designed specifically for towing a surfboard. It went to a guy called Jeff Darby in the early days. Lovely grab again, good height, fabulous height. He's doing okay at the minute. Now we see the big reverse, oh my goodness, layouts there with lots of twisting and turning and excellent landing too. He's just managed to hold it. Went down on the back, but just did enough to hold on that final trick. No, it's not. This is the final trick of the pass. Oh, good lad. Well done, Mitch Daniel. Interesting there because there's other little facts and figures I've got in front of me at the moment about the Australian heritage in this sport. Oh, just look at that. What a fantastic grab. Beautiful grab with the back. The Australian surfboard shaper and inventor Bruce McKee plus Mitchell Ross launched the world's first mass-produced plastic and roto-molded curveboard named the McSki. Then you have wonderful terms like the wake snake, the SSS. So those in the know certainly can attribute a lot of the heritage of this sport to the Aussies. Then the USA stepped in. The American water skis, and first American production was launched. First surf ski was in 1984 in Chicago. Very interesting. So there is a time on it. You heard the 10 seconds, so the driver is ready to roll. And I'm sure Mitch Daniel from Australia will be very happy with his opening pass. Just looks so comfortable riding, doesn't he? It's literally like riding a bike. He's so comfortable on it. Let's just see what kind of ambition he's got. Coming onto the heel, here we go, and wow, beautiful finish. All kinds of action up in the air, inversion and twists and turns. Very good, and he switches in the flats to left forward, and oh, he's gone! Just a little bit overplayed that one. Just tried a little bit of extra action in the air, and he didn't quite nail it. How far down was he on the second pass? We'll just see whether or not he's going to actually get up and go again. He was totally, he actually missed his, yeah, you could tell he took a while to actually take hold of the handle. by which time he's already out of position. Again, it looks a disaster to finish, but it's only millimeters where he struggles sitting back on the board itself. No chance. Is he going to give us another trick? Looks like he might, because the boat itself is coming. It's not the rescue boat. Yeah, we're up and running, and he's already in action. Lovely style on the lean, and here we go. Coming back to heel side. Oh, that's what he meant to do. Beautifully done, and that will probably do him, to be quite honest. Although he changes there. Yeah, that was, he just needed to get one more in. So that repeat of his performance right there, he nailed it. Certainly happy about that. Mitch Daniel aiming to get into the finals. It's heat 1 of the last chance qualifiers at the moment. Mitch Daniel of Australia. He had a clean hold of the handle. It made such a difference to his confidence there. He just missed it the previous time, but just look at that. It was a great pass between the hands, the left and right. Just have a look at it. It's so easy to see where he made the error last time and where it was so good this time. He used great use of the knees, bent forward to finish off with the plant to finish, but it's good stuff. Well, if you're wondering whether or not there has been any perfect performances in terms of passes, we haven't had too many, obviously, surviving without going down at all, but there was a lady by the name of, a girl I should say, just 14 years old, Otaha Kawahara, in the heat 1 of the last chance qualifiers in the women's section, and she did both passes without coming to grief. So well done her. She ended up in second place in the qualifiers, last chance qualifiers overall, but we can see already Robbie McMillan is going to jump straight in from Canada. He doesn't need to get wet. In fact, he probably won't want to get wet at all. We'll see. Robbie McMillan. The men tend to be a little bit older than the women. 24 years old is Robbie. And again, Canada have got a great reputation as he switches in the flats out to the left foot forward. And wow, then that was a reverse, wasn't it? There was a lot of action on that layout. Comes straight in. Flow is so very important. Good grab at the front. And now for more inversion. Nice. I haven't seen too many 700s on the degrees. That's what we're talking about in terms of the spin, the rotation. He's finished his first, or just now, sets up in a different way and then finishes his first pass. Of course he's wet, but he's certainly not soaking wet until he wants to go down in the water at the end of the pass. So well done. That's a good start there for Robbie McMillan of Canada. He actually qualified in the quarterfinals heat in third place, so he is tight. He is close to this final. If he can repeat that, I'm sure that he will be hoping to make the final, and you never know, even the podium. That was a toe side. You see the way he leant forward onto the toe of the board. This is heel. He's leaning back, so that's heel. And the 180 degrees. I was talking about, obviously, we're talking when we talk 180 or 360 or so on.
goes like 36, 9, 36, 8. Going down, I'll slow it down.
Isn't this interesting? We're hearing a conversation between the rider in the water, and he's talking about the wind, he's talking about the speed of his boat, and he's actually asking for a precise feedback on the speed of the boat and the influence and impact by the wind. It's a very, very precise sport, isn't it? When you get that kind of information. Robbie McMillan will move out now onto the left side. Look at, he's already got a reverse handle. This is obviously going to start and be a very complicated, well, he cracked it, he nailed it right there. Coming out wide. Well, he's confident, isn't he? Slides around 180. And again, beautiful work on the wake wide, build up the speed and the slingshot movement in towards the wave. And another cracker. Beautiful work. I can tell you now, if he continues with this, oh yes, holds it nicely. What a finish. Well, he's not celebrating as if it was the best thing he's ever done. Was that a shake of the head? No, surely not. Well, he's done 2 passes without coming to a disaster, which in itself is a big achievement. The judges must be impressed with that. We know we're going to get great pictures from our replays. Fabulous innovations there. I tell you again, execution, intensity, composition. Look at this. And a great grab as well from the reverse holding. He just plays around with this equipment as if he owns it, doesn't he? Let's look at that. Great strength on the whole of that handle. And again, didn't actually dip too low in order to get the height there. Fantastic. We love this. Good reverse. Lots of spin action in the air. And again, mesmeric in terms of the achievement of these extraordinarily talented riders. That was fun. There's our family of note. They're still there, loving it. The kids are now playing. Uh-oh. 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 This is Alejo de Palma, Argentina. You've come a long way, young man, haven't you? Well, let's hope it's going to be worth it, because big chance for you now. You've got to really nail this one to get up. 34 years old now, great work. 34 years old, changes out in the flat, and we get up. Another big high movement, wow. Fantastic. Way beyond the wake there. And another grab. He's ambitious, isn't he? Just look at that turn as well. The back reverse. He got one more trick here. Yep. Holds it just. Slips back a little bit onto the back of the board, but holds it nicely. Just got the impression that he was really up for that. Very nice work. I got a feeling that Alejo, or should I say Alejo, I suppose, with the no, Spanish Alejo. Yeah, that makes sense. Argentina, not Brazilian, of course. But De Palma, he really does love to get the big height. Back on the heel. You can see the heel side in. And up he goes. Oh, wonderful. What a really good understanding of where that handle is. When you're inverted like that, can you imagine? You've got the height, you've got the speed, the grab there, beautiful from the back. Nice. The left hand on that occasion. but he looked to be in control. That has got to really score well, I would have thought. The sun is out, and it's certainly shining on Argentina at the moment. Really, really impressive. Just held on. Here we go for the second pass. Let's see. Good luck, Alejo. Let's make it 2 in a row. Here he is. Out he goes with the slingshot movement in, the pace, the speed, the height developing off the wave, and oh, he's gone. Just was a little bit slow, and it felt as if he hadn't quite got enough speed to stay with the boat. And all the lip readers around the world will know exactly, if you've got Spanish, you will know exactly what he was feeling there, because he just didn't keep pace. Let's have a look at it. Why? He wasn't quite wide enough, I don't think, at first. He was a little bit back on it, and yeah, he was just leaning forward. Leaning back, you can recover. Leaning forward, you got no chance. Just on the top of the wake, you saw, yeah, a little bit short, didn't have quite the speed for this opening trick. It's a really difficult one. They're going to start a game. Well, the good thing as far as Alejo is concerned is that he's right at the beginning of the second pass, having a few words and smiles with those on board. There he goes this time. And that quick pull in, holds it nicely on the hip. Okay. Yeah, slipped back a little bit, but again, he adjusted nicely. Now there's a talent. That is really, he's annoyed with himself, to be quite honest. But, I think he's done it. That's his second pass, and he's now complete. Whether it's enough to impress the judges, certainly that first pass was very impressive. But again, concentration just wavered a little bit. He just put 2 more tricks in before he went to shore. Reverse, and then yeah, managed to get the wake perfectly there. You see what I mean by the heel side in, facing that way. Facing the boat, right foot forward this time, and then yeah, it's toe side. He's still annoyed with himself. Yeah, there you go. Oh, what did I do that for? Maybe it wasn't as smooth, but certainly impressive. That's the end of that first heat. I know that we're not going to get any graphics right there, except the start of the second heat. It's Spain, from Colombia, from Portugal, from Switzerland, and from Australia. We've got 5 more in the second heat of the last chance qualifiers.
Dostaję informację, że Alejo skończył swój przejazd w pierwszym hicie Pro Riders Men LCQ. Za chwilę powinny być wyświetlone listy, kto przechodzi dalej. I za chwilę Pro Men Hit 2 Wakeboard LCQ. First Jordan Elizondo, second
Jordan Darwin from Spain is ready to roll and just having a little bit of fun warming up before we get into the serious business of the main pass. He will reach out into the flat, and then again the slingshot is the only thing that I can sort of think, because you've got real speed developing on the outside and then coming into the wake, and again he looks pretty confident and cocky, doesn't he? That's really interesting. No hesitation, straight in there on heel side, and again lovely reversing, single-handed going out wide on the flats and then really building up the speed and height. Great work. Oh, this is very fluent. Certainly answering the challenge of... oh, he's gone, and again, oh, why do I say this? I'm so annoyed with myself. Sorry. Real humble apologies to Jordan. The moment that I start really praising, the guys go down. But certainly the big moves, the intensity, the big technique and tricks, and just have a look at this. He just tries a little bit hard, lands. Well, yes, he hadn't made the full turn. He hadn't gone right round the... He's just a little bit short on the landing and hits the top of the wave. Needed to have a little bit more than that, but certainly very intense. He got the height back, maybe a little bit too much height, but right on the top of the wake. He raises his hand saying, I'm fine. And then talks to himself. You know, one of the things that I find extraordinary is that the WWA now have sanctioned over 400 days of wakeboarding, wake skating and wake surfing every year. Isn't that interesting? So more than one a day in some place on the planet. So it's a very, very popular recreation and competition sport. Right, let's see. In fact, he's holding off until the second pass. He's been taken down to the end of the course, and we'll have a chat perhaps to the driver, although I don't think that you need to change anything. He was just a little bit short. Look at that grab. That was the opener, and he was so confident. Let's have a look at this one. Again, over the top, and another beautiful grab again, and the inversion. Extra 180 on the turn. And this... Another hand on the board for the grab. Yeah, it's beautiful stuff, wasn't it? And then he fell. Rather glad we haven't seen it. Okay, come on, Spain. Come on, Jordan Darwin. Waiting in the wings there is Colombia's Juan Martin Valles. This is when the nerves jangle a little bit, isn't it? Just waiting and then watching all the other riders do their stuff. Jordan Darwin. It's not exactly the quintessential Spanish name, is it? We'll have to see what background he's got, to be quite honest. But here he goes. This is now Darwin attempting to impress the judges. And again, that grab, it's so difficult. It's a hard thing to do. It looks fairly simple when you see the other tricks as well. Look at those turns. Hit the wake beautifully on the landing. What else have we got here to impress? Oh, he's gone again, and he won't be happy with that. It's two down, and very annoyed with himself there, because that's now out of the competition. And he really had great width on that, length and width, and probably that's what undid him. He went just a little bit too far. Yeah, just a little bit too far, leaning forward onto the toes and very difficult to recover. Again, if you're a little bit short, that's one thing, but just upset by the balance of the wave there, or the wake. So, very, very unfortunate. And the lace up of the boots and obviously the brace on the knee, it's all very, very interesting stuff, those boards. The board hardware is often set up to allow a rider to switch, fakey with the either foot forward. Obviously very symmetrical in layout. Natural foot forward, well, I'm right-footed, so many of them will be set up on the board with that right foot forward. But switch modifications obviously are very important as well. Isn't it fun? There's a lot of camaraderie amongst them. Branco Bernardo looks back, the Portuguese player, trying to relax himself a little bit by having a joke. Well, we'll see. See whether he'll be joking at the end of this. That right knee certainly requires a lot of careful handling, I would have thought. Here he goes. He's going to be going straight into the water, off the dock. Moves on confidently. Well, this is actually from Colombia. I thought it was Portuguese, but it's from Colombia. Do beg your pardon. Juan Martin Velez from Colombia. And of course, that was the host country for the last World Games. Oh, that's extravagant, isn't it? A lot of distance on that as well as height. He's a very muscly boy, and you can tell. Very, very good. Complicated maneuver in the air as he comes in once again. And that was toe side trick. Oh, and he's gone there right at the end of that. But again, really, really complicated. Looked to be an attempt at a 900 in terms of the degrees. Let's have a look. We'll look at the one turn, two turns he was trying to get, yeah, well, 720, wasn't it? Yeah, and he didn't quite hold it, just a little bit out, a bit short of the 720. The trouble is, of course, you've got to be holding the handle throughout, releasing and holding, releasing and holding. And it's such a complicated thing to do at speed. Certainly the weather has improved significantly. The sun is shining, but Juan Martin Velez will be certainly disappointed that right at the end of that run, that pass, is the Portuguese boy. I'm sorry I called him earlier, but Branco Bernardo. Again, joking, having fun. Yeah, it will just be dragged forward. Juan Martin Velez just dragged to the waiting zone for the second pass. Certainly, you can see how muscly he is. Look at how strong he is. Upper body, unbelievable. Look at that grab, fabulous. Great work. Reverse, and then the handle comes into play. He spends a lot of time in the gym, you can tell. That left foot forward, it's on heel. And he does really well. And then one more ambitious attempt sees him into the water. But here's a chance for him to redeem and impress the judges. Right. You see quite a lot of different designs of these wakeboards. Bottom design is obviously very important. They are designed specifically for the tricks that these competitors can manage. It makes such a difference if you have something that's created for a personal preference. That's a great start again. Look at that. Two great tricks. Height and distance and speed, and he's held it because he was back a little bit. He's already done the main body of the trick and was holding the landing beautifully. And again, as we cut back to Branco, he must be impressed with what he's seeing here. He's got to finish it. Well, okay, maybe not quite what he intended there, but he held his position. I can tell you now that anybody watching who is a wakeboarder will understand the language, the sign language as well. Up he goes, hillside. That is fabulous. The boots go right over the top of the head. And that knee is under enormous pressure, isn't it? Heel again. And he does it this time. That's the one that actually was the undoing of him on the first run, the first pass. But some great tricks. Good holding, great finishing, and just look at the eyes of the judges on the boat. Oh, they'll be impressed with that second pass, for sure. If you guess, in case you've just joined us, we're at the Old Odra River in Wrocław in Poland. We've got the World Games here and the last chance qualifiers. It's a wonderful description, isn't it? We're in Heat 2, the men's wakeboard freestyle. Lots of impressive bravado going on here. This is Branco Bernardo. And again, we're looking very, very close at the board and the boots. They have wonderful things called rockers. The bend in the wakeboard from tip to tail. Many various types of rocker shapes. There's 3-stage rockers. It is a very interesting language. Wakeboards with continuous rocker, faster to ride because the water flows without disruption. That's an interesting fact, isn't it? Across the bottom of the wakeboard. If you make it a little bit slower, it means the riders are able to jump higher off the water because the 3-stage rocker increases the pop off the wake, just in case you were asking. Wow, that's a big one, isn't it, to start? Lovely air relay. And again, some good grabs of the board itself. Really complicates things enormously when you grab. Those grabs are indies, melons, method, mute, nose grab, nuclear. Some wonderful descriptions. Roast beef even. The backhand passes through the front of the legs and grabs the heel edge of the boat, of the board, I beg your pardon. Really excellent descriptions. There's another good grab down the middle. Between the feet. I think that was just an indie. Well, he'll be happy with that, won't he? Portugal, you can raise your hands. Relief, you completed all the tricks in that first pass and has another chance to impress. I really believe there are some magnificent names in the look at that, real height, beautiful, and just about holding. That was great recovery. Probably got a little bit of a blister on the hand as a result. Just look at that. Back on the backside of the board this time. We've got whirlybirds and Vulcans and Tweety birds and toe-side back rolls and tantrums, of course. The tantrum, one of the most common. Tantrum to backside 180s. There's loads of other wonderful descriptions. The heel side, back roll, front side, Mobius, that's called. A crypt, KGBs. Wow, the language of the wakeboarder. Ready to roll, here we go. It's Branco Bernardo of Portugal, second phase. And second run. Second pass, to use its official term. Holding on before he breaks out with left foot forward. He's on toe side, comes back to heel side, and here we go, up. The timing is beautiful. Great finish. Again, confidence there, and oh, just manages it, holds on. Great work, uses the weight to come back out for another big, big trick. Misses it, ooh, but recovers. How did he do that? How did he recover? That was the miracle there. A little bit short and then didn't recover the next time round. Wow. Eventful, I think you'd say that pass was. Full of action, that's for sure. Well, some of you, if you've been watching throughout the morning, will know that the young women certainly had a better day in terms of completion of both passes. The Japanese girl, Kawahara, did both passes without coming to grief. But in defense of the men, they are trying tricks that are so much more difficult. Degree of difficulty certainly very, very high. And when you're living on the edge, you can die on the edge as well. So I have to say, very impressive. So he's happy that he's completed as much as he can. So Branco Bernardo will be taken back in the rescue boat to shore. And that makes way for Jamie Husser of Switzerland. I hope he'll be yodeling by the end of this. Well, I have to say that the obviously the similarity between snowboarding and wakeboarding is obvious for all to see. And there's the coach there of Branco Bernardo suggesting what he might have done wrong here. But Jamie Husser of Switzerland, certainly with his snowboarding experience and the half pipes and all the language that's associated with that wonderful sport, easily transferable into this one, being dragged along. So here's the first one to impress. He's got out wide here. And again on the heel side, and well, lovely spin and grab. Left foot forward this time, and the reverse. And then the adjustment out in the flats. Again, he's doing really another adjustment quickly. Smooth flow, creativity, that's what they're looking for. Let's see if we can get a big one here. It's certainly beautiful, wasn't it? The timing there, excellent for holding. And one more before the end of this pass. He's holding it beautifully. Bravo, we heard. Excellent, well done, Jamie. Jamie Husser, I think you'll be happy with that. Him with the flowing blonde locks, befitting, yeah, an easygoing guy that obviously loves this sport. Great work. Well, the funny thing is, I cannot believe, on my notes, Jamie Husser, come on, guess how old? I will tell you now, I cannot believe what I've just looked at. He's 12. 12 years old. 19 September 2004. I cannot believe that. He's 12 years old. So he could only have had a couple of years of snowboarding before he got into this stuff. Wow, what a talent. He doesn't know what danger, what risk, what pressure means, does he? He's just absolutely flowing, literally, with life. Ah, what a performance. Here he goes. 12 years old, Jamie Husse of Switzerland. Second pass. What has he got in store for us now? Let's be thrilled by this. In he comes. And again holds it beautifully. If he's not got a smile on his face, he should have. He's absolutely dynamically brilliant. Well, he's in the last chance qualifiers, but I tell you what, he is definitely the big chance for the future, although he goes down there. And he's got another pass to come. But when I found out his age, my goodness me, you just have to be shouting and screaming, wow. What strength you need. And he just didn't quite hold on to the handle, did he? Right at the end, he's just got a different position on the board. The handle got out of his way. But wow, just look at the pressure on those young knees. Yeah, wow. He certainly would have definitely impressed the judges with his first pass. And he's going to go on. You can see the driver has come around to pick him up, so he will have probably one more trick. You can see the end of the course there, top distance. He's just having a wee chat to the driver. But at 12 years old, can you honestly be thinking in terms of telling anybody what to do? You'd be listening, wouldn't you? Well, you just have to put it all in perspective. As he goes on the toe, now onto the heel, and up he goes again, and just look at that. Wow, that's a brilliant finish. Wow, you have to say, a guy that is definitely half the age of most of the competitors here, that was stunning. I know for amazing in Austrian, I don't know the Switzerland, but if I said Wahnsinn, some of you might know. That was absolutely extraordinary. Gee whiz, that got me going. And when I found out his age, that is just stunning. Look at this. Let's hope we see that last one. Layouts, twists, turns, all kinds of action in the air. And there was almost a little moment of triumph, wasn't there? There was almost a celebration. Just look at that. Absolutely amazing finish. Well, he might have 39 on his back, but I tell you what, he will be in the top 10 without any question at all. That's beautiful. Yep, there you go. That's as much of a demonstration of triumph as you're going to get from him. Great work. Well, she's probably taking a photograph in the knowledge, because everything is online, of course, in the knowledge that she's just watched a future champion. Right, Aussie, Mike Cotton. He'll jump in straight for sure. It's all about feeling comfort. There he goes, straight in. Let's see what his age is. And he is more than twice the age. He's 25 of the previous competitor, 25 years old. But you can see, again, he's got great muscle structure, upper body, so you know he's been working out well. He's a powerful-looking guy. He will probably get good height as well. It changes in the flats, and he comes in on the heels from the left lead. Gets a good start. Now looking for the big side of the wave and makes another really good trick. holds on with the left, coming in with left lead again. Oh, there's a lot of action. And without any kind of movement, big energy, grabs hold of the handle without any problem at all. And he takes a grab on the rear of the board as well. This is great. Fabulous. Beautiful. Lovely turns there. So you've got 360s, you've got 520s, and you've got beyond that 720s. As he goes to take a little bit of a break here, but that was a confident, comfortable pass, wasn't it? Lots of action. Hitting the wake on the way down, right in the middle, which is where you want to be to keep the control. Nice finishing. Good planting, good finish. Again, on the heel side of the start of the board. Toe side, and the grab is beautiful. Just needed to hold on with that hand in the water to finish the comfort, but that is a brilliant, brilliant run. Good pass by Mike Cotton. 25 years old, twice the age of our Swiss friend Jamie Husse, and a little bit more. It's all happening here. We'll get the results in just a couple of moments, but the fraternity have loved it. The sun is shining, and just with one more pass to go before we know who the finalists will be. Hanging on now, he'll break out into the flats. And he's come, I was going to say he was coming with right side. That's his comfort zone. Left in. Oh, he's missed it. Went that extra one. The extra turn. And he was trying, I think, a 900, was he? It looked like it was an attempt at 900 degrees. Let's have a look. 1, 2. Oh, no. It was a bit shorter than that, wasn't it? But yeah, well, he'd have to get round fully again. 720. There you go. That's their habit. I'm okay. I landed badly, but I'm okay. Lovely. Do you know, I'm not sure. He's going to try at least one more trick, isn't it? Being picked up by the boat itself. So he will certainly try another one, if not two. He'll come through with left forward in a couple of moments. There he goes. Yep, we're going to see one more, perhaps two more big tricks from the Aussie Mike Cotton. Has he done enough now? He's certainly been impressive. Coming out with the reverse hold, and now across the wake, and wow, that was pretty complicated, and he's gone down. The young boy, Jamie Husse from Switzerland, was certainly very, very impressive. He finished with great, great style, complexity, and certainly the nerve of the youngster was unbelievable. Created his nerve through snowboarding and has now brought it to the water in a triumphant way. I should be hugely surprised and disappointed, I have to say, if he doesn't make the final. We see all the action, lots and lots of bubbles and wave right in front of us there as Mike Cotton comes to a wet end. But we've completed now 10 last chance qualifiers, and we will get the order as Mike goes in the rescue boat. There's the boy, There's the youngster. He's having a look at the reaction online. Jamie Husser, well, I can tell you what, the future champion, I dare say, of the world is right in front of us. If he continues at that kind of level of ability, that was an extraordinary performance. It really surprised me when I saw his age. But it didn't surprise me that he's here at the World Games because of what he did on the water. It was stunning. We'll wait now for the confirmation from the judges of the scores and the last chance qualifiers, heats 1 and 2, and we'll find out who's going into the finals as a result. So Mike Cotton comes back to the dock. What's his reaction? We've got microphones all over the place. Bit dangerous, really, isn't it? Getting all kinds of potential chat, disappointing chat, celebrating chat, even chat that we don't want to hear. But it is very informal and very, very, well, it's all together. Once a wakeboarder, always a wakeboarder, and you never, ever forget that you're part of a group that puts their lives on the line, their talent on the line every time they go out. It's a lovely river, the old Odra River. We're back with our boy, or buoy, and here we go. And it was Velez, Juan Martin Velez of Colombia, 48.22. Jamie Husser from Switzerland in second place at 41.11. Wow, that really is a very impressive performance by Velez, because he was a long way ahead of everyone else in terms of performance. He certainly provided great entertainment, very powerful. Let's have a look at the second heat then. This is very important that we have a, there you go, this is the second heat. Well, it was heat 1, but 42.78, Palma, Argentina. You know, he fell right at the end of his first pass, but he really attacked it beautifully, and they certainly impressed the judges there. The execution and composition was very important, but the intensity was the one that really impressed me. Canada's Macmillan, also with a similar kind of attack, comes in second place at 40.89, 40.89, I should say. But that's been really, really entertaining. We've now finished the last chance qualifiers in both the men's and the women's events, and we know who our finalists are. So, coming up in just a moment as we see these wonderful little montage of great action. We've got the women's jump water ski coming up in just a while. I hope you can stay with us and enjoy some more great action from the old Odra River. in Poland, as you can probably gather from those flags, and we're certainly having a really, really nice time beside the old Odra River. There's Saya Hirosawa. She's from Japan. She'll be competing in the women's jump. We're at the preliminary round stage at the moment, and well, she will not need a ladder. I can honestly assure you of that. She won't need a bike either. What she'll need is a lot of her experience, a boat, a couple of skis, and an ability to time the action into the jump. With great style, great aplomb. She's 32 years old. She won't mind me telling you that, will she? There's a lot of camaraderie, isn't there, amongst all the particular exponents. Just checking out the speed of the boat. My goodness me, there's the ramp. That's what they're going for. And if she can get it absolutely right, she will go with knees bent, powering off the edge and trying to get as far as she possibly can. Ah, look at the water there coming off the ramp, just to keep things fairly smooth over the top. That's a nice shot, isn't it? So at least you know she's not going to hit rubber and stop. She would have had a chat to the driver. So important. As we now see that ramp just taking the wake. We want it to be really smooth, and the timing of the entry onto that ramp is so vital. Everything needs to be right to get the maximum distance possible. Preliminary stage, of course, is important. You set a good mark to start, but not absolutely vital that you do a world mark. It doesn't have to be the best you can do, it just has to be better than all the others. So let's just see, and of course the knees take such a pounding. The harder you go, the longer you go, the more potential there is for a little disaster. Well, she's got beautifully painted nails, isn't she? So obviously, and then needs to get a little bit of soap into the boots. And we will be underway in a couple of minutes. That is a very important element, that helmet. I can tell you, there's all kinds of things that could cause a little bit of disaster, but she's hugely experienced, is Hirosawa. The Japanese, of course, have got an enormous reputation for great practicing, training, and reaching the best they possibly can. They've been very high-end performers during these World Games here in Wrocław. Right, there's the man that they're looking at. The drivers, obviously, and the communicator. Really, really important. The experience, absolutely vital. Right, it's the first time we've seen the jump. Object of the jump is obviously optimized distance. That's the important thing. We've got cameras based in positions which will give a precise reading, performed on 2 long skis, short, wide tail fins designed to support weight while on the ramp as well. Maximum boat speed for each competitive division, so it's up to the skier to increase the distance they jump. You can do this by making a single, 3/4 or double cut in order to increase the speed and give you a longer jump. So just a little test here for Hirosawa as she prepares mentally to come in for the jump. It's a very, very important thing that the crowd that have come here are also looking to be entertained. So here we go, there's the one cut, and taking the weight off the outside, coming now towards the ramp. Here she comes, and it's a big, big drive, and oh, it's a beautiful finish. That's a great first jump. It's a super first jump from Saya Hirasawa. We'll be getting the scores in a while, but by golly, her experience really, really showed. There will be a few nerves jangling amongst the others, but not her. She took the speed, got in with a beautiful maneuver. Her crouch position was excellent, and her fly delivery off the end, look at that. I tell you what, those skis are in perfect position, and I think she'll be delighted with that. Look at this, from every angle, it was a fabulous first run. Look at that. Whoa, she's flying and delivering. Great work. Saya Hirasawa has put the benchmark down for everyone else to check out later. I think, hey, there's a nod of approval there. It's not just the vibration of the boat, is it? Wow. So I think showmanship, difficulty, as well as distance all come into practice. The ramp height, of course, is important, between 1.5 and 1.8 meters, that is. Zigzagging behind the boat and obviously getting the series of cuts as they generate the speed and the angle. Lots of variations on a theme here. You might have seen the Hollywood shows and so on. Where they do actually do a bit of standing and balancing on shoulders and stuff, but here it's all on just two skis as in the first cut. And there, second run in. Here we go. Take the weight off the outside. It's on the inside. Now the level up. And now the big dramatic dive and drive. And I don't think that was quite as far as the first, but we shall see. It certainly was very, very impressive. And again, Saya Hirasawa has impressed the crowd. They've got a lot of cheering and shouting for that particular performance. Very impressive. And whether it is for show, and I think, you know, below that, you can actually see the smile. She's actually saying, well done, thank you so much. That was a lovely, great, smooth drag. Yeah, there you go. And I think because of the performance, which was very impressive. Let's look at that pull. Look at her go. That's fantastic. Wonderful in the air, and that big dramatic sink down with the knees really, really exposed. That is very, very impressive. Love it. Some beautiful, beautiful shots from the camera as well. Really close, high action. Dramatic. We like that. So the old Odra River has got a sprinkling of clouds, but a little bit of sun as well, and you can see there's quite a wind, and the direction of the wind is coming into the ramp, which actually does help a little bit. It means that the skis themselves can be used and they really come in at great speed. There's the drift out, the zigzag cuts. Now she'll come over to the right side now, and just look at the speed that she develops coming around, being dragged. Now it's the big, big movement. Here we go. Oh, wow, she's missed it. She's missed it. She actually was going so fast that she had to let go, had a one hand on it, and had to let go of the toe handle because of that enormous energy. Of course, you have to, let's have a look here. Ooh, and that extra explosion. She cannot hold it. cannot hold it. The energy levels there was so high. That speed, look at it. Wow, on the pendulum. It was the highest forces there, G-forces developing almost. Amazing, so she will be taken back in the rescue boat there. But, well, the first 2 attempts by Saya Hirosawa were exquisite, but just a little bit more than she could handle on the 3rd attempt. But the smile is still there, and why not? The sun is shining. Show skiing, a form of water skiing, which is obviously with music and so on and so forth, but what we're looking at here is the ski jumping. Got to go the farthest calculated distance, as long as you obviously successfully ride away from it as well. So, is this the Italian? It would appear to be so. We've got Maria Luisa Pagni of Italy is next on my list, and I hope this is she. Goes away with power and at great speed as well. Just look at the wake of that boat. So, we haven't got a distance yet for Hirosawa, but you can see bottom left was the ramp, and Pagni now has to, there she is, Pagni has to estimate when and where to cut and give us the maximum opportunity to kill the distance. Here we go, there's the first cutting across. Lifts, doesn't need that outside ski, just on one at the moment. It'll be the same on the other side. And then she comes in with both to really big that power. Okay, well, she landed it, but it was a little less clean, wasn't it, than her predecessor, Hirosawa. Got a good distance, but I have to say it didn't look as stylish or as efficient, ultimately, as her Japanese opposition. Continues with the movement down. We'll see whether or not she can improve on that, but it was a right and left cut, holding on to the handle from the legs, and has a little chat with the coach on the run. There we go, and power. She didn't get the dip, did she, that we saw before? The dip and the leg bend, and then the power lift off the top. There's so much can happen, of course, from the moment that you actually try to get that lift, but just that little bit of extra oomph. Got a good angle, lovely angle flying, that's for sure. And came back, sunk back a little bit on the tail, and used the hand to balance. So, really nice finish there. Ah, there we've got a score. That's relieving. 37.7. 37.7 meters. And we'll see whether or not she can beat this with the next one. The boat is powering down here. Get the cut. It really is going at fast speed, as she has to make the timing absolutely right to cut in. First one out to the side. She will go right. There you go, her right. Now just look at it from that onboard camera, cutting in now, and the big lift off the ramp a distance and just again sank back. That's obviously her normal. Was it further than 37.7? We are in the preliminary round, so although I'm getting quite excited, it's not the gold medal round by any stretch, but it really is. Watching these performers coming in, it's such an exciting moment of truth. That reaction, really, really impressive. Can you do it? It is. Although we're slow motion here, just look at the coming across the wake and then the lift. Yeah, that is a very, very good performance there by Pajni. Yeah, lovely aerial position as well. 24 years old. Absolutely in the prime of her life, gets good speed on it, and the distance is excellent too. We've got 37.7 to beat. Lovely, lovely control at the end, and comes down in a splash of defiance. You're not going to take me down. There the judges. And, well, exchange of cards here. The Japanese team, Sawa's team, obviously enjoying meeting all the other fabulous performers. Germany on the right as we get the next performance by Maria Luisa. These are the nervous moments for the coaches. 38.4, well, that's a better one. What have we got here then? It's the timing of the cutting. It's a lovely level speed. Here we go. And now the pendulum bites and brings her back into towards. Here we go. Cross the wake and up onto the ramp. And another lovely flight, but was it 38.4 worthy? I don't think so. I think the energy that she expended in that second jump was probably her best at 38.4. She decides to let go. It's very energetic, isn't it? It's the short moments that you're in the challenge, but across, and there wasn't the lift, was there, of the previous one? But, she also went a little bit off the to the right shoulder as well, trying to hold. She held it for long enough, I think, before releasing. So we've had two competitors. We've had Hirasawa and Pajni, Japan and Italy. And I have to say, I didn't catch the performance of Hirasawa, but it looked pretty good to me. We've now got Brittany Greenwood of the USA. She's ready to roll. And, well, just to let you know, we can talk about boat speeds here of up to 58 kilometers an hour, 36 miles an hour, 31 knots. They're all similar numbers that I'm giving you, but by golly, they're fast. Already, it would frighten you looking at the speed of that boat. And you have to go up this ramp of 1.5 to 1.8 meters. And then hold on to the rope, hold on to the handle for when you actually land. It's an extraordinary and very challenging skill. Cut out to the right and then back across the wake. Look at the speed of that boat. Okay, then the big lift. Pendulum unwinds and off the ramp, and, well, I don't think that was quite as far as Pudney. It didn't feel as if she had that aerial position. We'll have a look at it. I may be well proven wrong. I've got no reason, but a gut feeling. Greenwood, can we tell anything from her body language? Here is the replay, and across the wake of the boat as she really hangs well, and she may well have done better than I'd originally thought. Holds a position beautifully, and just look at where the rope goes. She's flying brilliantly there. Well, if that is what I'm hearing in the background, 37.7, I thought that was Pudney's score. So if it's the same, that's very interesting. I just heard the stadium, or the Riverside announcer giving a 37.7. Let's see whether or not that is the case. That would be the first jump for Greenwood. The summer flowers of Poland. It's a glorious space right on the riverbank. Everybody can see what's happening as the second jump for Brittany Greenwood is in preparation. Here she is again. And again, what will she think about as she is coming in here? Precision. Precision. That knee brace has been tested, you can tell, many times before. She's ready to cut out on the boy. There we go. Lifting up the outside ski. And now back on the inside. Everything's happening with the arms now, I tell you. That is a very much better one. Great work. Oh, Brittany Greenwood really, really did well there. I think she'll be much happier with that one, that second. The first one, I didn't actually get the score. We didn't see the graphic of it, but that certainly looked very impressive. She probably won't know herself, will she? But fans of the sport right here. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, got it right there. Do you know, coming across the wake is such an important element in the preparation. Whoa. Yeah. Is that 38.7, did I hear? Yeah, 38.7. I think that was a fabulous run and jump from Brittany Greenwood. It's hardly a run and a jump, but you know what I mean. That's just an expression. A drag and a jump then, let's put it that way. But very good, excellent. You could feel it, couldn't you? That was certainly a confident and competent finish. And when she crossed the wake for the last time, she got the perfect moment that didn't upset her, didn't transfer. The Belarus, hello Belarus, hello land of the rising sun. Well, it's certainly rising, it's actually risen. We've got lots of sun here. Look at the clouds are fluffy now. Good stuff. The tree-lined banks of the old Odra. Let's not get too distracted. We're watching some really superb physical and demanding challenges here. Right, Brittany Greenwood. She goes out once more. Does she have the need, desire here? Does she have the confidence? It's that outside ski is up. Now it's the wake. Can you get across the wake beautifully? Yes, you can, and it's another big lift. Came forward on it. I'm not so sure that was quite over 38.7, but certainly close. So a third attempt at this preliminary as she's dragged around back to the dock. And the 24-year-old from the USA, number 42, Brittany Greenwood. I think she'll be pretty happy with that performance in the preliminaries. and the applause of the crowd. Another great performance there. Just look at the left hand. Left hand, again, just holding position. Oh, exquisite, isn't it? It's a wonderful way to fly, isn't it? And of course, those particular shaped water skis designed to give the maximum lift. 42.7, my goodness me, that is a really big improvement. Well done, Brittany Greenwood. 42.7. We are in the preliminary round of the women's jump. And you have to say 42.7 leading, I think, at the moment, although Hirasawa, I don't have her score at the moment. And we just witnessed Brittany Greenwood. I just looked, another August girl. Amazing the number of August people we've commentated on. 22 years old, but now on the water is Lisa Frank of Sweden. And Lisa already there and ready to impress. 26 years old, coming close now to her first test, and she decides to come out to the left side, lift up, and you can just see the challenge. Cutting across now the wake, and now into the, well, in fact, she has a couple of cuts to the left, cuts to the right, now towards the ramp. Here we go. This is the big effort. Oh, she's missed it. She has missed it. Ouch. Oh, that's really disappointing. She made 2 cuts at the start, and obviously just a little bit nervous about that. You have to be really, really comfortable, and she took just a little bit of a hit on that first wake, didn't she? It put her off, and she missed it. There it is. She wasn't set for the lift. Yeah, she took it very, very hard, didn't she, that first wake? So, Brittany Greenwood will be happy to see that, that's for sure. But she's got 2 more chances, Lisa Frank. Very, very fast movement down. When the jumper actually hits the ramp, they'll be generally going over. Can you imagine, over 70 miles an hour, about 112 kilometers when they hit the ramp. It's an extraordinary force. It can be over 600 kilos in load on the end of that rope as you unwind what I describe as the pendulum movement, but there's a lot of forces generated there. G-forces, 600 pounds you've got to control, and you're just on those, the hands onto the handle, holding on for dear life. It's no wonder that sometimes you give up on the actual jump itself. Right, this is fine. This is going at the regular speed. Then at 36 miles an hour, it suddenly changes. It goes from there an increase and then a drop off, and then an increase again across the wake once. Holding up the outside. Now this is the big challenge. She's missed 1. She must be feeling a little bit uneasy about this as she goes for it, and then, well, leans forward a little bit, but at least she's counted a jump. Lisa Franke has put her second jump in Whether or not it challenges the 42.7 meters, well, that will be revealed in a while. But good work from Lisa Frank. She's at least got one in the bag or on the screen. You can understand why they're wearing helmets, can't you? It's very, very dangerous sport if you get it just a little wrong. Accuracy so important. She makes this one, but then there's a little bit of a lean forward, which will definitely bring down the front of those skis. She wants to keep them up high as long as possible, but then leaning. But that's still a really good, that's late 30s probably. It's a good performance to finish there. And I'm afraid we do not have that particular score at the moment, but hopefully for the graphic, and look at Dad describing how it should be done. This is how it was done in my day. And Mum says, no, we always did it that way. Right, now third one for Lisa Franca. Lisa Franca needs another big one here. She's got one in the bag, which is so important. Then let's see what you're really made of. Accuracy here is as much as strength. It's got to be precision. Cross the wake again. She's going to come in one more. Really extravagant, high on that lift on the outside ski. Now we go. Across the wake. Hold on. No! So difficult. It's really, really tough. She only made one out of the 3 attempts. Just shows how hard this skill is. Really tough. Got herself set. There's the difficult one across the wake, and she said, no, I'm not ready. I was going to miss it, and I really don't want to get on that ramp and fall off the side. She was unbalanced there, but again, if you note that we've got these extraordinary forces at play. 70 miles, we can't imagine, 112 kilometers an hour. Some of these guys are going at the end as they hit the ramp. That's the fastest possible. Maybe not quite as fast there, but she still was not comfortable, so she decided to abandon the task. Having seen that, Giannina Bonnemann, the next up from Germany. Giannina Bonnemann. Sounds as if there might be a little bit of Italian in the family. The preparation time, so important. How you woke up this morning, what you had for breakfast, how you're feeling. Can you put on the big show? It's certainly a spotlight moment. So 41.4, that was really a very big impressive performance in the second. And just, well, she's in second place at the moment then, behind Brittany Greenwood of the USA. 41.4. Well, it's no wonder she was happy with that second round jump. And again, Belarusians at the top. And there our little fella from Switzerland. My goodness me, what impression he made. 12-year-old Jamie Husser. We just saw him. As we now concentrate our attentions, Giannina Bonnemann from Germany. Right, hold on to your horses here, your seahorses, because this is a very big thrill. You need to get it absolutely right. She's only taking one cut. Out she goes. Looking at the challenge here on the way in. This is the big hold on. And there you go, wide with the legs, and it was a very good finish. Really, really wide with the skis. And Giannina Bonneman gets a big applause from this fascinated crowd here at the old Odra River. She'll be happy with that. If you noticed, Lisa Frank from Sweden took 2 cuts, and I'm not sure whether it upset her. She only had one successful jump. The single cut there from Giannina getting a big applause. 41.5, I believe, which puts her into 2nd place. That's what I heard. Look at that. Flying or what? Great thrill. Without the momentum from the boat, though, she's landing back on her heels a little bit, and then the slack on the rope picks her up and takes her on. There you go. Lovely. That was the takeoff. Yeah, I got a feeling she did make a 41.5 there.
Zdobyła 3. miejsce na światowych mistrzostwach w 2015 roku. Jest bardzo wdzięczna
Just waiting for the turnaround for her next trial run.
uczestniczenia
Again, here she comes. So we took a cutaway of the stand. There's lots of people watching this, but of course they're not condensed into one area. They're all around the banks. Just one cut we've seen from Giannina, and we'll see her reach out to the right again in just a couple of moments. Holding the handle top side with her left. And now, such strength in those arms required. Upper body strength, absolutely vital. Just look at the definition of muscle there. She comes across the wake, lifts and drives on. And it's another big one. I've got a feeling that, you know, that could be close to the 42 mark. It certainly looked from the red boy that I took my cue from, it certainly looked as if she was way past that. We see anything from her face to think whether she is delighted. Well, we can see that right arm. It will be iced for sure, because this is a really stressful. There you go. I thought it was 42.1 is what I just heard. But 42.7 is still the leading performance by Brittany Greenwood. Big splash. Yeah, we saw the cutaway of the guy with the elbow that was held with ice and certainly suffering some kind of wrench or injury. Oh, Snoopy, we love you. Hello, Snoopy. The beautiful flowers again of Wrocław in the summer. So this is the 3rd attempt. She's been very close, 42.1 I believe, for Giannina Bonneman. Again, cut out to the right, and then the big movement in. This is when the stress really starts taking its toll on those shoulders and arms. That left arm, again, so important. A little right leg is given a rest, but they breaking across. Cut and in and holding, but I'm not sure whether that was as good as the previous performances, but we shall see in just a couple of moments. Yeah, really, really impressive by the German skier, Gianni Bonneman. They've got to do it all again later, of course. This is only the preliminary round. Those in the know are right there. Let's have a look at it once again. The last cut across the wake and in. Relying on that boat to pull and lift. Well, the boat to pull and the skis to lift. You get the right angle and attitude and you've got a very, very impressive finish. Well, 3 in a row, that in itself is an achievement. 3 in a row to count. Early 40s in terms of the distance. You can see there is a very, very important back belt as well, keeping the spine in really good order. It's so important. So many opportunities for high-risk accident and damage at these speeds. Well, is she happy? 42.1 is what I heard, and that is what has been given. So she's in second place at the moment, but Bonneman will be pretty happy with that, I'm certain. She's certainly got a qualifying position at that. Shake of the head. I think she was speaking English there, wasn't she? Or was my German suddenly improved? Right. Little nervous twitching there by Belarusian Natalia Berdnikova. Berdnikova knows what she's got to beat, I believe, 42.7. So here she is. And all those people on the banks here possibly be seeing this sport for the first time. And really, they should be open-mouthed at the speed of it, that's for sure. And all of you at home are watching for the first time. The World Games is an extraordinary opportunity for new sports or sports that are just being given that opportunity to have the world stage. It's a wonderful thing. We're here in Poland this year. 4 years' time, we'll be in the USA in Birmingham, Alabama. Might be able to see it yourselves if they're... Right, the lift up, and now the cut in. The cut in across the wake, and now the big energy lift up, and there we go, Belarus. Oh, it's a big one. It's a huge one. Do you know what? I seriously believe, and although I don't really have any reason other than others we've seen, that could be beyond the 42.7 mark. It certainly looked that way. Natalia Berdnikova. She's got a, well, the smile also gives me that impression. So they're looking at the first time. What's all this about then? It's about huge talent and enormous skill, that's what. Lifts up across there and great technique. Look at that. That is 43. Did I hear 43.2? No, 46. My goodness me, it certainly looked that big, didn't it? It certainly looked that big. It's brilliant, brilliant technique. That is 4 meters past the previous best. Wow, no wonder she's smiling. I'm glad I got excited there. And they're excited too because they're the Belarusians. Oh, you knew it, didn't you? You absolutely knew you were watching a class act. Good stuff. Well, that was the first one. Gee, there may be more to come. With the ramp a little bit higher for the men later, of course, we're going to see even more spectacular aerial stuff. But there's the ramp in front on the bottom left corner. There's the distance. They're coming in about 300 or 400 meters here at great speed. That boat coming to us at around 50, in the late 50s kilometers an hour. Amazing. Now, can you handle it? This lady certainly can. Berdnikova cuts out to the right. But the technique was so super, wasn't it? Just take the pressure off the right, and then just before she actually attacks the ramp, she takes it off the left as well. It's extraordinary. There, it's off the left. Oh, she's missed it. Oh, what a build-up. What a disappointment. Sorry about that. We were just trying to build her up to give us even more than 46, and she suddenly lost control across the wake. There you go. It's coming. Lifted up that left leg ski, and then ultimately said, no, it's not for me. I've already laid down my benchmark, and I don't want to kill the second one. But you just have to appreciate what skills they have to hold on at these kind of forces. I don't know whether you're in kilos or pounds, but the rope with the speed and the pendulum effect can lift up to 600 kilos. And well, that's in celebration. That could well be some guys saying, well done, Bednikava, for your brilliant 46 meters. They're all enjoying it, that's for sure. Looking over Wrocław with all this great competition going on. Thousands of athletes have gathered in this Polish city to enjoy the competition and the camaraderie. Probably never to be forgotten experience, you have to say. Certainly for crazy commentators like myself, it's a wonderful thrill and privilege. We're on board the boat. I hope you're not feeling seasick or river sick. Whoa. Whoa. We're going faster. Hold on. You normally have to pay for rides like this. This is fun. I don't want to go up the ramp though, okay? Phew. Out to the right, cross to the wake on the center, and then up the ramp. 46 plus is the target. Here we go. Great drive, lift of that outside ski. And now, here's the cut, here's the power, here's the excitement, here's the ramp. She's up there, and another beautiful finish. It's certainly up mid-40s, that is for certain. Yeah, the Japanese are pointing with admiration. Hirasawa, we saw earlier, I don't think will have achieved that. We're waiting for her score at the moment, but yeah, you're on the screen, you know it. Have a look at it again with consummate ease. Into the ramp, do you see the lift there? She is absolutely on the button with that. That's certainly got to be mid-40s. Was it bigger than the first jump? I've asked the question. I should probably answer it myself in a moment. It's lovely pictures. Yeah, no wonder she is very happy. Coming back to along the crowd there. We are in the preliminary stage, so as she comes to the dock, I have to say 46.6. No, she didn't improve on it, but what a great performance. I think she'll be really, really happy with that. Natalia Bednikava, and says thank you so much to all those who've helped her achieve this great World Games mark. Lots of volunteers around, of course, all the sports. And she will, I mean, she's hugely experienced, of course. But you know, she's been there and done it so many times before. 34 years old now. So, confident. Isn't that interesting? We've had the tricks of the wakeboard with a 12-year-old boy. We've had fantastic performance from a 34-year-old Belarusian Bednikava. It's for everyone, this sport, and certainly that youngster's never seen it for the first time, and I absolutely am pretty certain that her mum has never seen it like this before, this river. Where do you want to go from Belarus? Let's go to Greece, shall we? The sun is shining there as well. Marie Vimpranitsova. Now, you can't tell me that she's necessarily got Greek heritage with a name like that, but you never know. She might be married to a man of different nationality. Here she goes. Here's the cross, the lift, and now the effort. Oh, and she's certainly shorter than her Belarusian competitor, Vimpranitsova. It'll be, I think, in the late 30s in terms of the score. Certainly won't be in above 40. And just look what it does to the knees, this sport. Those braces, so necessary. Yeah, got a really good flight in the air. The flight and the height are good, but she dropped down a little bit earlier than many of her opponents. It's an extraordinary position, isn't it? That flight in there, you know that if you hold it, you'll come to earth nicely, you'll come to water nicely. If you just hesitate and don't quite get the perfection of position in the air, it's going to hurt. The old Odra River Bridge there in the background, they're driving up to that. The great thing about this is you only get wet at the very, very beginning at the dock, and right at the end if you're performing brilliantly. Right, so let's see whether or not Natalia from Greece can cut in now and make it a big one. Speed is being held constant. Her brain is taking it all in, drifts out to the left first of all, the first cut across the wake. Looking at the boys as markers. There's the one. And the almost, I was about to say the uphill ski, but you know what I mean. On the outside, driving across the wake, and here we go. Just a little bit off to the side, holds the position, gets an applause from the crowd, but again, she's happy. Whoa. I think she got that extra drive with the knee bend just coming at the right moment. It's all about timing, isn't it? Fabulous. Quite a fashion statement, those knee braces. Here we go. Oh my goodness, she really was dragged viciously into the ramp. Look at that. Yeah, very, very good. And that really was a really impressive. I heard a 46 there. I'm not sure whether or not that can be confirmed, but if that's the case, she's certainly up in great qualifying position with 2 more to go. But you can see holding on there, she had to change her shape just a little bit because she came straight off the pool. The change of direction across the wake, straight into the ramp. There wasn't any extra opportunity to take any space there. Hello. You've been here all morning, sir. I remember. Well done. You're going to be hydrating. You've got your water bottle. That's great. You've been listening to your mum. But that's good. Super. Third one here for Marie. But I heard 46, I think. I'll get it confirmed later. 46.6 is the performance that we're certainly looking at as the top one. Third jump here then for Marie Vimpranyetsova. Same routine, out into the buoy and across the wake for the last cut. The final cut is the deepest, as they say in certain quarters. Let's see whether she makes this. Again, a big drag. It's a fabulous effort and it's down, but I'm not quite certain whether it's further than the second one. But she has shown some really dynamic attack, hasn't she? Fabulous. Here it is. It is dynamic. Great speed, fabulous toe, and spends a long time in the air. Good work. Well, this is a super performance, and I'm sure all those around Athens and further fields will be really, really delighted with that.
Czekamy na trzeci wynik, na trzeci rezultat.
So, Marie Vimpranyetsova, we've got to get her score yet, but the families have come out to really appreciate it. The dog walkers, the bikers, and they're the performers. They're all here beside the old Odra River, having a lovely time at the World Games. They're the guys with great knowledge. The ones on the opposite bank are the ones that have curiosity. It's been great. We've really enjoyed it. We'll bring the finals to you later. We've just got the scores here, just up on the, coming up on the screen any second now. But the old Odra River, we have had a fabulous morning of action here. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have.
Fantastic lift there from Miele Strick, gets the 3 white lights, the Dutch woman. She's right in contention here, moves her up to 5th place. Real commitment to the lift. Midway through this squat competition, the first of the 3 disciplines in this women's super heavyweight contest. Leader at present, Yevgenia Tishakova of Ukraine. Here is Agnes Szabo of Hungary, successful at 240 kilograms in round 1. Now going for 255 kilograms, which would equal her personal best. If you're just joining us, the second round of the squat, the first of the 3 disciplines in this powerlifting women's super heavyweight contest. Agnes Szabo of Hungary, successful in round 1 at 240 kilograms. Her coach looking on anxiously. Now attempting 255. Nice and low and got back up. Looked very good, that from Szabo. 3 white lights. So, successful there at 255 kilograms, matching her personal best. Her coach delighted with that effort. Now Yevgenia Tishakova, the leader after round 1, thanks to a lift of 260 kilograms, up to 270 in round 2. You can see her almost hobbling towards the stage. That's because those really tight knee straps, which assist with the lift. In the squat, obviously, you go down nice and low. Those hips down to knee level and then back up again to the vertical. Tyshakova attempting 270 kilograms. This will be a big personal best. Struggling to get back up. She made it. Did she get quite low enough? Wait for the referees. The crowd looks happy, sounds happy. And 2 red lights. 1 white. I think that was on the down phase. Not sure she quite got low enough. It was a struggle getting back up as well. And 2 red lights. She'll get 1 more go at it. But she could well lose the lead. Here is Bonica Law, successful in round 1. And now going for 310.5 kilograms. I think this would be a new world record. It would be. The current world record, 310 kilograms, set in 2011 by Olga Gemelet-Dinova from Russia. Gemelet-Dinova, one of the greats of super heavyweight powerlifting. Bonica Law attempting to beat that record. She was successful at 297.5 kilograms in round 1, and now attempting a new world record of 310.5 kilograms. Bonica Law from the United States, attempting to make history in the squat.
Nice. Squat. Back.
Down she goes, nice and low. Can she get back up? Oh, it's a struggle. Did she keep going up on the upward phase? That's the question. Yes! Right. And a world record for Bonica Law. 310.5 kilograms. That world record has stood for over 6 years. A little question mark on the up phase, whether she kept moving upwards all the way through, but 2 referees decided she had. And that is a new world record and puts her into a pretty decent lead. 8 points clear of Yevgenia Tyshakova, but fireworks already in this competition. A world record in round 2 of the squat, and of course she'll have 1 more lift to come, so she could increase that world record further. Now the home favourite, Marcina Wijbicka of Poland, failed at 220 kilograms in round 2, gets another go in the 3rd and final round. Steps back from the bar. Very close to landing this in round 2. Can she succeed in round 3? No. At least she did have 1 success, so she remains in. That was a big I should say 240 for the next competitor. She did try 220 again and couldn't manage to complete the squat phase. So just 1 valid lift from Wijbicka of 210 kilograms. Now, Nadezhda Sindikas, big increase for her. Successful at 225 kilograms in round 2. Up to 240 in round 3. European champion in May. Would need to be at her very best to get into the medal shake-up. Plenty of Russian success already at these World Game powerlifting competition. 2 golds. Sindikas attempting 240 kilograms. Looks pretty good. Did she get quite low enough? 2 red lights. I think the problem there was whether she quite got low enough. Those hips have to be nice and low. She was very quick switching to the up phase, and I think she knew there was a bit of doubt there and a failure at 240, so she takes 225 kilograms through. to the bench press. Now, Tatiana Melnik from Ukraine. 2 gold medals for Ukraine in these powerlifting competitions so far. Can Melnik make it 3? Successful at 237.5 kilograms in round 2. This her final lift. Nice and low, and up she goes. Excellent lift from Tatiana Melnik. We will wait for confirmation. She looks happy. Yes! 2 white lights for Tatiana Melnik at 245 kilograms. Takes her up into 3rd place, into the medals. Just a fraction away from silver. Good start for Melnik. Looks like a new personal best as well for the Ukrainian. Big personal best. That's a perfect start for Melnik now. Leanne Blin currently in 4th position. Big roar of come on again from the American. She's attempting 247.5 kilograms for a new personal best. The defending world under 84 kilogram champion last November. Down nice and low. Can she get back up? A scream out as she gets there. Excellent lift from Blin. No! 2 red lights. She thought she'd got it. I thought she'd got it. But 2 red lights. And that's could be vital in the final analysis. Yelp. She brought that bar up. But the referees weren't happy. 2 red lights, 1 white. Now Yawen Chang of Chinese.
The jury are giving
successful at 245 kilograms in round 2. Now attempting 250 kilograms in round 3. A couple of medals already for Chinese Taipei. Wei Ling Chen in the lightweight. Attempting 250 kilograms. Did she quite get low enough? She got up okay. Let's see what the referees decide. No, 3 red lights. Didn't think she'd got quite low enough there. And that's what the referees thought as well. No problem coming back up. You could see the coach. Even he there, you could see he wasn't quite sure about her going down there. And a failure at 250 kilograms at the end. Now, Heidi Hiller Arnesen of Norway. Final attempt in the squat. 2 good lifts so far. Now attempting 252.5 kilograms. This would be a new personal best for the Norwegian. Plenty of support in the crowd for her too. That concentration. She G's herself up. Moves into position. Her 3rd and final attempt in the squat. Just steadies herself before she starts the lift. Down she goes. Can she get nice and low? She can, and up again. Again, that smile midway through the up phase. Wait for the referees. No, 2 red lights. Very close. She had the smiles. Had a smile, but not quite there. Now, Jelle Strick, her 3rd and final attempt at 255 kilograms. Successful at 250 in round 2. For those of you watching powerlifting for the first time, this is the first of 3 disciplines. This, the squat, followed by the bench press, and then the deadlift. Each lifter gets 3 attempts in each discipline. 3 failures leads to instant disqualification, 3 failures in one discipline. Here is Iela Strick, world champion back in 2013. In the under 84 kilogram category, weighed in just over 84 kilograms today at 84.5. Now attempting 255 kilograms, nice and low. Can she get back up? Yes, she can. Great effort from Strick. Let's see what the referees say. 3 white lights. 44 years old, Iela Strick. She has been near the top of powerlifting for a very long time. World champion in 2007, 10 years ago. Won 5 world classic titles. That's the branch of powerlifting where you don't have the vests or knee straps or other assistance. Now, Agnes Jarbo having a good start to the competition, the Hungarian. Successful at 255 kilograms in round 2. Third and final attempt at 260 kilograms. Jarbo, 29 years old, one of the younger lifters in the field. Definitely a sport for all ages, this one, powerlifting. We've seen some lifters in their 50s this week. Jarbo, a mere whippersnapper compared to some of those. Down she goes, attempting 260 kilogram, got nice and low, and up she goes. Looked good. Wait for the referees again, that's the important one. Yes, 3 white lights and a new personal best for Agnes Jarbo from Hungary. I can hear the words world record attempt. Yevgenia Tishakova.
No one has done this before, so please stand up and give a full support for the new world record attempt.
Under 84 kilogram category, 270. In fact, in the last round, this was a world record attempt which she just failed at. This is her second attempt at a new world record, the previous best held by one of her rivals today, Leanne Blin, 268. Sorry, not by Blin. Elena Kozlova holds the previous best, the current best at 268. This, a world record attempt, 270 kilograms. No. No, she got there and just couldn't quite get started.
So sorry for that.
Well, you can see one of her knee straps came undone at the vital moment. What a blow that is. So 2 failures at an attempted new world record for Yevgenia Tishakova, still in second place. We've already seen 1 world record. Those straps now coming off. You don't use them in the bench press. Unfortunate there for Tishakova. Stays in second place. Now Bonica Law already set a new world record in the over 84 kilogram category. 310.5 kilograms in round 2. Now attempting 315 kilograms in round 3. You can see the spotters, 5 of them. They're there to make sure the equipment's full working order, put the weights on, and they're on hand in case anything goes wrong. In case the bar comes out of the lifter's grip. Now 315 kilograms for another new world record for Bonica Law. She's already got a big lead in this competition.
He was satisfied with 310.5.
Haven't seen too many world records in the squat. We saw one yesterday from Dmytro Semenyenko in the men's heavyweight. Seen a couple in the bench press as well. A couple of near misses yesterday. Jan Wijera missed out on a world record in the bench press, as did Charles Connor. Hopefully we'll see some fireworks from Leanne Blinn, world record holder in the bench press.
The jury game, Larissa Morales from Poland and Jetzt.
Looks like we're not going to see Bonnie Kalor again. We saw 315 on the bar, on the scoreboard, but we're not seeing her again. Now, what's happening here? Here's Marcina Wijbicka. Now, she's getting another go at this now. I think we all thought, some of us thought she'd landed her third lift, her final attempt at 220 kilograms. 2 red lights came up. I don't know if there was some technical malfunction with the scoreboard, with the lights, but she's getting another go at 220 kilograms. A reprieve for Wijbicka. Can she make use of it? She steps back. Down she goes. Can she get up there? Great effort, this. She's pleased, a yelp of delight. Does she get the decision? Yes! 2 white lights and a red. Well, she had a good attempt in round 2. In the third round, she dropped the bar. And I guess the referees must have decided that she wasn't at fault. So she got another go and she made great use of it. Successful at 220 kilograms. Look at the delight. Something for the home fans to cheer. Takes her up to 7th place. There's the results after the squat. You can see that factor I mentioned earlier, the Wilks coefficient. That's allocated to each lifter based on their body weight. Quite an intricate calculation. And Bonnie Kalor, with that world record of 310.5 kilograms, gives her a score of 244.46. 8 points clear of Yevgenia Tishakova, unsuccessful with 2 attempts at a new world record in the under 84 kilogram division. Tetiana Melnik in 3rd place. Iela Strick in 4th. Leanne Blinn in 5th. Heidi Hiller-Arneson in 6th. Marcina Wijbicka, after that reprieve, up into 7th. Jabo in 8th. Yawen Chang in 9th, and Nadezhda Sindikas in 10th place. See the stage being set for the bench press, the second discipline of the 3 in this powerlifting competition. There, the warm-up room. Lifters prepare for each lift, and they'll get a bit of a break now, around 20 minutes. Before the second discipline, the bench press. Already an exciting start to this women's super heavyweight competition. Bonnie Kalor with a new world record in the over 84 kilogram squat. Successful at 310.5 kilograms. Now you can see some of the highlights from that squat. The first of the 3 stages in the powerlifting competition. There's Yawen Chang of Chinese Taipei. Some excellent lifting in the opening round. There is Bonnie Kalor. New world record, breaking a record that had stood for 6 years. Bonnie Kalor, which puts her into gold medal position in this women's super heavyweight competition. Tetiana Melnik, successful with 2 lifts after a failure in round 1. And right in contention in 3rd place. It's USA 1, the Ukraine 2 and 3 after the squat. Seeing some of the highlights from that squat discipline. There's Heidi Hiller-Arneson. Successful at 247.5 kilograms, just failed with 252.5, which would have been a big new personal best, but she's in 6th position. after the squat. Polish coach there, very pleased after Marzyna Wisbicka was successful. See the effort, complete dedication to each lift from these athletes. And there's Leanne Blin. Just equaling, no, just below her best in round one in the squat. But she's got very strong discipline to come next. World record holder in the bench press. Seen a few world records this week. Could we see another? Seen one today from Bonica Law. And there, that moment, Yevgenia Tishakova, her second attempt at a new world record and had to abort due to one of her knee straps coming loose. Really unfortunate incident. There was delight from Wisbicka. After her reprieve, she got a second go and she was successful. Some of the highlights there from the squat, with Bonica Law setting a new world record in the over 84 kilogram division, squatting incredible 310.5 kilograms. New world record, setting this competition alight. Next up, the bench press coming up in just over 10 minutes. Hopefully we'll see another world record. Leanne Blin, the current world record holder in the under 84 kilogram division. One world record already, maybe we'll see another. Very close competition and setting up to be an exciting women's super heavyweight final. One discipline down, 2 to go. We'll be back with the bench press in just over 10 minutes here from the National Forum of Music in Wrocław. Bonica Law, a world record in the squat and in gold medal position in the women's super heavyweight final. National Forum of Music in Wrocław, Poland. Any second now, the start of the second discipline in the women's super heavyweight competition in powerlifting. We've already had some spectacular action in the squat. Bonica Law setting a new world record in the over 84 kilogram category. Her successful lift at 310.5 kilograms has put her into gold medal position in this women's super heavyweight competition. Fantastic lift from the American, the heaviest competitor in the field. And hopefully a few more world records to come. Her American compatriot, Leanne Blinn, should be hopeful of breaking her own record in the bench press. She is an under 84 kilogram category lifter. Plenty of supporters in the crowd of all ages. Start them young in powerlifting. Plenty of home support for Marcina Wijbeka. I think she will be first to go. You can see her in the background, preparing for her first lift in the bench press, normally known as a raw lifter, which involves no equipment. You won't see any of the bench press vests or suits or those knee straps we saw in the squat. You don't get those in raw lifting. You do in this sort of lifting. This is called an equipped competition. And Marcina Wijbeka making a rare appearance in an equipped competition. Her husband, Krzysztof Wijbicki, we'll see him in the men's super heavyweight competition a bit later on. But Marcina Wijbicka in 7th place after the squat. Bonica Law in the lead after that world record. Yevgenia Tishakova of Ukraine in silver medal position ahead of her fellow Ukrainian, Tetiana Melnik. Jelle Strik of the Netherlands in 4th place, but she's another very good bench presser ahead of Leanne Blinn of the United States, her great rival from the under 84 kilogram division. Expecting fireworks in this bench press. You can see the 3 spotters on stage getting ready for the start of this bench press discipline. Here is Wijbicka, just getting those wrist straps on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
After that countdown, she'll have a minute to get on with her lift. She's attempting 120 kilos. Better make sure they're on properly. We saw in the squat, Yevgenia Tishakova unsuccessful with a world record attempt because her knee straps came undone at the vital moment. Quick word with the spotters. You can see the spotters in place there. You'll see